Hello everyone, welcome back to D&D Solo Knights. I noticed I made a few mistakes in the previous episode. Forgetting about the effects of exhaustion was the main one. I've never had to deal with it in a game before, so that will be one to bear in mind. Also, the amount of critical fails and nat 20s we rolled between episodes 1 and 2 made me a little nervous, to say the least. So I'm going to tweak the World of Many Things rule to ensure we don't die straight away. Now when rolling our forfeit tables, if we land on the World of Many Things, I will add a token to our game. A skull, over there, representing the bad effects, and a chalice representing the good ones. Once we claim 2 of the same tokens, then the effect triggers, and we must see what happens to us. I was initially going to say 3 tokens, but I feel it would take a very long time to trigger. So we will see how it goes. Before we get started though, some of you have sent me some comments. First up is from a lovely Twitch streamer named Christy DNB. She says, "Dude, I think this is hilarious that the beast had a critical fail trying to get through terrain and it continues to trouble it so far. And the spider that broke the floating debris in the river only to float back to the original side. Lamau! This is so good. I'm gonna finish this when I go to bed." Aw, well that's sweet of you. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, and I agree. I really didn't expect the beast to have any problems. This huge shadowy cloud-like creature sees a fallen tree blocking its path. That is like...
Oh no, he's getting away. What do I do? Do I just float? No, don't be ridiculous. Maybe if I lift it? Oh, no, but what if I get a splinter? Well, this is a bit of pickle, isn't it?
Next is from a podcaster named Big Timmy87. The podcast is called Big Timmy's House, if you're interested, and it's available on all your podcasting platforms. He says, "Fantastic! Can't wait for the next episode. I think the mysterious traveller is a frogman. At least I hope they are." Ah, so much praise. I was worried people might not be interested, but you guys have proved me wrong. So, you think the mysterious man is a frogman, eh? Well, it's a good guess. He was comfortable swimming in the river, wasn't he? Well, you are close, but I can reveal he is not a frogman. Anyone else have any thoughts about our mysterious stranger? If so, then pop your thoughts in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll add an extra 10 minutes to this episode, as it was a longer intro. And now for the recap.
Previously on The Created.
The badger, seeing this entity drift by its natural habitat, in an act of bravery, stupidity, and self-defense, the badger comes charging out towards the shadow horror in an attempt to fight it away from its home and protect its family, giving its life. It will attempt to bite the shadow creature. I was hoping for a nat 20 for comedic purposes. It rolls a 10, which I can safely assume is not enough. No. Okay. Part of me wanted the badger to win, but I don't see this happening somehow. Make a separate attack roll for each beam. So I'm going to make 4 attack rolls. 1, With a roll of a 2, it still gets a 19 on a roll of a 2. Oh my god. So yes, it has to critically fail in order to miss. 2, 3, that's another 2, 4. Another 2, got 3 2s. 3 2s. Wow. Contested strength checks from the entity and the mysterious man. Entity, strength 17. Mysterious man, strength 13. Place your bets now. Okay. Here is the line. As the entity reaches out to grab the mysterious man. An 11. It is very good. It is a very good roll. Practically 50-50 here. Okay, mysterious man needs to beat an 11. We then cut to a man in his early 30s named Viktor Dragovich, entering the town of Odiare. He presents himself very neatly, wearing a fine white shirt, black trousers, black shoes, and a fine black coat with a gold trim, which commands respect. His midnight hair is trimmed and brushed back with an equally trim and tidy black beard. People easily mistake him for a noble. The only concerning features are his red eyes and haunting demeanor. My name is Viktor. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, look, oh, I'm just looking at things. It's not long until he is interrupted again by an elderly woman who drapes a blue scarf around his neck. With a nat 20. She begins to say, but the only thing that's happened recently was over 20 years ago, when the toy maker's wife died. Oh, poor dear. Giuseppe's never been the same since. Giuseppe? Yes, he used to be such a jolly soul, always making new toys for the children and putting on the best performances for the Bambine Festival. But ever since his wife died, he's slowly shut himself off from the rest of us. He puts on a brave face each year for the festival, but we all see it's just a mask to hide his broken heart. The poor dear must be ever so lonely. Well, dear, thank you for your help. Would you like a cup of tea or anything? Viktor arrives at the old lady's home. No, thank you. I best be going. I have an errand I must do. Okay, dear. Well, I hope you stick around a little longer. Maybe Odiare is the ray of sunshine you've been looking for. Oh, also, as we got the nat 20, if you happen to go near the tavern, don't talk to the stranger at the bar. She's a very grouchy one, and not all too bright upstairs, neither. That woman give me the creeps. Viktor mutters to himself. The tavern, huh? Viktor enters the tavern with zero expectations. Whether it's an extravagant tavern or a dive bar, it makes no difference to him. The only thing that takes him by surprise is how everyone greets him upon entering with a loud, "Hey!" all in unison before returning to their private conversation. Roll perception, DC 15. There we go. Perception is DC 15. Go. Hey, 21. Hey! This is everyone's hey! Success! There is only one person who doesn't greet you. A woman sitting by the bar covers her ears and slumps over the counter. Welcome to the Wellington. Grab yourself a seat. Someone will be right with you, says the barman. There are a number of empty seats as well as patrons in the tavern. Many look to be enjoying the festivities, children with beaming smiles as they play with their new toys, a couple awkwardly confessing their love for the first time to each other. The tavern's regular elderly drunk singing in the back, a slow of slurred words, trying to coax others into singing, but no one can understand what he's saying. It's such a lovely atmosphere that your attention can't help but be drawn to the negative energy coming from the lady slumped by the bar. She has a beautiful white gown with silver armor plating across her body, long midnight hair with a subtle moonlight shine. She looks to be a fighter of sorts, but you don't see a weapon on her. That's when you clock a short bow and a large naginata resting against the wall at the end of the bar. You believe she must either be a fighter of some sort or a ranger. Her assistance can prove valuable, but it's hard to say if she can be trusted. Viktor feels the need to speak with the patrons first before approaching the lady at the bar, to see if maybe they know of any information about her, whether she can be trusted, and what's the story of her. The two girls in the center table clock Viktor and giggle to themselves silently, and then begin to feel a little awkward. Maybe it's just the way Viktor carries himself, or perhaps they are a bit uneased by his red eyes. I believe with the roll of a 21 for perception, it would more likely go to the elderly lady. She does seem to be occupied with children. The children being playful, the little girl at least, taking a lot of the grandma's attention, whereas the boy is behaving himself and drinking his juice. Viktor would approach these guys. Excuse me, sorry to bother you. You don't mind if I just ask a couple questions, do you? No? Fire away. It's about the lady at the bar. Do you know her? No, I don't know her, but I know I should maybe roll a persuasion. Okay, I have nothing to help with the persuasion. Alright, so persuasion of 10 or more. 13! Okay, so they're willing to talk. In which case, because I can't just assume that they would know. Oracle! I should put the Oracle in my little tab down here. Oracle! Would the civilian that I'm talking to, would he know about the lady at the bar? Maybe. Okay, so I guess I need to do a check then for the person that I'm talking to. Do I have it as an NPC? Pedestrian. I got that one. Okay. Very basic stats. Okay, so history check. Would he know? I'm gonna say history of... We're gonna do it in layers. So 10 or more that knows that obviously just the woman that is at the bar knows little information. 2 maybe understands a bit more about the lady, whether there's like any crests on her armor or something that gives away a family name or whatever. And so 10, 15, and if there's 18, then... Oh, what would you know at 18? I guess you would know a lot more information about her. Go! So 3 knows nothing. Okay. So after all that, he knows nothing. So he doesn't know anything. Alright, so rewind the conversation. We'll go back to this bit. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. I don't suppose you know anything about the lady by the bar? The lady in the white over there with the armor. No, I can't say that I do. She looks in a bit of a rough state, though. How do you mean? I mean, look at her. The way she's slouched over the table. She's been like that since she's got here. And she's probably been here maybe, I don't know, an hour or so. If you ask me, she looks like she's just had a late night. I see. Well, I don't suppose you would know as well. Talking to the man next to him. The man is kind of deep, just staring into his drink. I kind of snapped him out of his daydream. What? Sorry, I was miles away there. Sorry, what was that? Never mind. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Viktor walks away. He will then... Everyone is singing down in this corner here. Yeah, down in this area. This is the drunk that's happily singing around. No, actually, this will be the drunk. This is the drunk, this guy. He's happily getting everyone singing along with him, and like these two are dancing beside him as well. This guy is kind of just sat by the table by himself. He appears to have like a deck of cards. He might be playing like solitaire with himself. Seeing the girls next to him, Viktor will sigh to himself and reluctantly approach the girls. As he goes to approach, I don't mean to jump on the table. Excuse me, ladies, as they suddenly awkwardly stop their conversation. There's like an awkward silence amongst them. Sorry to bother you. It's just a quick question. I don't suppose you know the lady at the bar there? And he's trying to keep his voice down as not to have her hear him. I'm gonna roll a perception for her. Okay, so the lady at the bar, rolled a perception. She needed a 10 or more to hear Viktor's conversation with the two girls. She got a 9, so she fails and doesn't hear. She's slumped over and too focused on herself and the drink that she has in front of her. I don't suppose you know the lady at the bar, like maybe where she's come from. Is she a local in the town, or is she an outsider? Is there any rumors that you can tell me about her? Alright, Oracle. Meet you again. I was about to start talking, but no, we need to see if these people know. And I also need to do another persuasion with these girls now. See if they're willing to talk to me. 10 or more? Yeah, they're definitely willing. They're not shy because of, or going quiet just because of my red eyes and they're scared. They're shy because they're horny for Viktor. Everyone wants to sleep with Viktor. Okay, Oracle. Do the two girls on the table that I'm talking to, do the two girls know anything about the lady at the bar? Maybe. Okay, we're gonna do another check. It's another maybe. Alright, so we open them up. History. Okay, 10, 15, 18. A 15. I'm applying this to both of them. Well, we can tell you that she's definitely not a local in this town. She's been here maybe two hours or so. She's not really spoken to anyone who's tried to approach her, even the waitress. She's been incredibly rude to. She looks exhausted. Yeah, that's true. The poor thing does look incredibly tired. I think she's had a late night. I mean, that might be why she's being really rude. How do you mean by rude? Well, she can be a bit verbal, a little bit abusive. I would say that she's harmless, but the big, massive weapon she has over to the side of her. We initially stated it was the corner of the bar, but I don't think it will be all the way over here. Someone could then steal it. So she's probably just got it propped up resting here. Or maybe, actually, it would make sense that they would have it here. But then again, it would be... I'm thinking what a bartender would do, and she wouldn't keep the weapon, like, here where anyone could grab it. So I would say that the bartenders would have rested it up against the wall behind the bar, here. So that's how we're still able to see it, and it's also away from customers to just grab it and run. So they kept it to one side, in front of her, behind the bar, out of way. I would say that she's harmless, but I don't know, that big weapon that she was carrying with her. And she seemed to know how to wield it too. It didn't look to be too heavy for her. Oh, interesting. So maybe she's a fighter then. Excuse me? Oh, nothing. Thank you for your time, ladies. As Viktor starts to wander off, I'm going to do a quick perception check. 10 or more. Yeah. Viktor hears, as he's walking away, the girls quickly whispering amongst themselves, saying, "Why didn't you do anything? You didn't say anything." "I don't know, I just panicked." as they get a little bit nervous and caught up with the fact that they wanted to ask him out, but they couldn't. They didn't have the courage to do so. Viktor, I think with this knowledge, might approach the lady now then. Would he approach the singing? I don't think Viktor, with Viktor's character, I don't think he would even bother with the singing and dancing, the merry folk in this corner here. He very, very may well go to the guy in the corner. But I think after the information given by the girls, he's more than likely going to approach now, as he's got some information. He's not going to sit next to her. He'll sit here. The barman comes over. Oh, jumping on the table. I was hoping to go like in between this little gap bit, but I guess the grid doesn't allow it. Meanwhile, the waitress is gone to hand out some more beers. So, sir, what'll it be? Just a pint of your finest ale, please. Right you are. So he walks off to go pour him a drink. Viktor's gonna have a quick look at the lady's drink to see if she needs a top-up. Perception again, just a 10 is fine. A 9. It's not too sure. He's not the kind of guy who would just do it behind the back. He will try to break the ice as he subtly looks over in her direction and just says, "Can I get you anything?" With that, I'll need another persuasion. This one being a 15 or more. A 12, okay. There's no response. This is where another house rule will come into effect. As I was about to say, that'll be 1 gold piece. Now, for a lot of you D&D folk, you'll probably say gold piece. Oh my god, are you crazy? That's super expensive. Oh. But with my games, my house rule, I'm making currency super simple. Rather than with copper, silver, gold, platinum, God knows what else. And like gold being equivalent, I think, to like £100. I don't know. I find it confusing. I like to try and think of it as like money in the UK. I could use copper and silver to be pennies, but I'm gonna treat it like a video game. And a lot of video games, majority of video games, just have gold pieces. All they have is gold, and that's the currency, just gold. And then you can just work it out from there. So 1 gold piece is £1. So actually 1 gold piece for this pint is actually really cheap. So I should say it's 4 gold pieces. Then that would be the price of a normal drink. Because there's roughly £4. You know what? We're making it 4 gold pieces. You're going to try and make it more realistic in that sense. There's just no pennies. I'm not worrying about pennies. I'm like opening a chest. Oh, how many exact pennies are there? Like, who cares? It's gold. Just take the gold, spend it. Whatever. Who cares? Just get on with it. Okay, so he comes over. That'll be 4 gold pieces, please. I believe he has 4 gold pieces, don't you? You should do. Should at least start with 5. I haven't marked any down. 1 silver. We're not dealing with silver. Alright, so I'm going to say he's spent all his money now. He has no more money. Well, he has 1 gold piece left because he should have started with 5. He has 1 gold piece left. His journey all this way has cost him along the way. And now he's down to 1 gold piece. And then continues doing what he's doing. When talking to the lady, you can see she is very tired and has a striking resemblance to someone you used to know. Roll investigation or a history check. For the history check, I'm going to make it difficult, so this will be a DC 18 with it. Normal. A 7. Not good. Okay, so he doesn't recognize who she resembles. So he can't quite put his finger on, like, you look like someone, but I can't figure out who. And investigation check, DC 15. Boom! Got a 19 with that one. Viktor, nursing his drink, takes the time to examine the lady by the bar. Examining her armor and her gear. Looking at the weapon that she has resting up the top. And taking a strong note of her physical appearance. Not in a lustful way, but more in trying to identify who she is. After a few minutes, Viktor is able to establish that this lady is a Kalish Tar, a compound race created from the union of humanity and renegade spirits from the plane of dreams. Spirits he knows to be called the Quarry. Kalish Tar are often seen as wise, spiritual people with great compassion for others. What the f*** do you want? I guess not this one. Can't you see I want to be left alone? Viktor must now roll a medicine check. DC of 12. 15. This is definitely going towards Viktor's character. A success in the medicine check, and you can tell that she is suffering from sleep deprivation. And this confuses you, for you know that the Kalashtar do not sleep. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I'm just here having a drink. Would you like a top-up? What? Like, look, don't worry about it, okay? Don't just leave me alone, okay? Very well. A few moments pass, and Viktor's able to see that she has not even touched her drink at all. You can see that she has bought herself a coffee, but it is still pretty full to the top. By now, it has definitely gone cold. I can't help but notice that you are a Kalashtar. What brings you to this town? I beg your pardon? I'll have you know I am no such thing. I'm sorry? I'm not a Kalashtar at all. I don't even know what that is. That is... Forgive me. You strike me as a Kalashtar. The way you dress, the way you look. Yes, go on. Look, I don't mean any offense by it. Then shut up. My apologies, madam. I only wish to understand. Look, if it will get you to just leave me alone, okay? It's bad enough we got these people yelling. It's on that moment that a customer walks into the bar. Causing everyone to yell out in unison. Hey! You see what I mean? I know these people mean well, but can't they tell that I've got a pounding headache? Did you have a late night last night? I suppose you could say that. Would it help to talk about it at all? No, there's nothing like that. Oh, okay. What happened last night? Was it a good night? Look, are you gonna pester me all night with these questions? Forgive me. And stop apologizing. Very well. My name is Viktor Dragovich. I don't care. I just don't care. Well, I'm an outsider too, new to this area. You look troubled, ma'am, and I wish, if I may, to offer my services to you. Oh God, you're not a gigolo, are you? No, ma'am, no. Nothing of the sort. I'm a private investigator. If there's anything that you need help with or assistance with, then I'm willing to look into it for you. What seems to be the problem? How much is this going to cost me? Well, depending on the predicament. Let's just say it's on me for spoiling your evening. Fine. With that, Viktor's then gonna scoot over one with the drink so they don't have to shout so much or anything. Look, I can't remember anything, okay? I don't know where I am. I don't even know who I am. So what's this Kalashtar business about? Like, I'm not one of them, am I? Or am I? Let's start with the basics. What can you tell me of? What was your last memory that you can remember? She is going to try and remember something. Okay, with this lady, we need to roll on a lost memories table. Roll of a 1 on a d6. You recall a physically painful moment. What mark or scar on your body does it relate to? Okay, I mean that does tie into the background I have planned for her. I mean, it's just shattered images scattered around. It's hard to piece together. That's alright. Try to focus on one of them. And only that one. Try to quiet your mind from the rest. And focus only on that moment. I remember feeling claustrophobic. Okay, good. And everything was dark. There was a strong smell of earth. Go on. And next I realize I'm in a field. Or was it a field? I could feel the breeze of the cool air. It was cold. It was nighttime. I could barely see anything. There was no one around. I'm sorry. I can't fully remember what happened last night. And I wandered around. And I guess I ended up here. And I wandered... I feel like I wandered for maybe 2 days. Why is it like... I feel like I want this drink, but I just can't bring myself to drink it. Well, that is curious. Have you eaten anything in the past few days? I guess I have. I don't know. I can't remember. You know what? I'm gonna stick by with you. We'll see if we can piece your memories together one by one. Why are you doing this for me? Why out of everyone in the whole bar would you do this for me? I told you to f*** off the moment I saw you. I've been nothing but rude to you. That's okay. To put it politely, I've had worse. Besides, you look like someone in need. And I am here to help. I came to the village of Odiare because I heard tales of some mysterious goings on here. I don't know what to expect, but as a private eye, that's kind of my business. I go where the mystery is. I go where unsolved cases are. And it seems like I may have found the case. Are you saying I am your unsolved case? Well, I may not have been hired by anyone, but now that I'm here with you, turns out that this is a case that you can't solve and I can't solve. So yes, it is an unsolved case, and I will help you. Maybe along the way, I'll pick up payment along the way. Oh, gee, thanks. Don't worry, I'm sure you might get paid too. I'll share the money, so that way you can still eat, drink, and sleep. That's very kind of you. No, don't think anything of it. I was being sarcastic. Right you are. Can I take your name? You know my name. My name's Viktor Dragovich. My name, yes. You do know your name, right? Yeah, of course I know my name. It's Lashana is my name. Yeah. My name's Lashana. Okay. Nice to meet you, Lashana. Lashana, not Lasana. Apologies. With that, they shake hands. Viktor makes an agreement to assist Lashana on her journey. To try and help regain her knowledge of herself and where she is from. Ooh, things are starting to heat up. Well, that's all we have time for this evening. Let me know in the comments below if you have any thoughts or theories about our characters and what's happened. If you are enjoying the series, then give the video a like, and let me know also in the comments below. Also, if there are any rules that I either completely missed or were incorrect, then don't be afraid to give me a gentle nudge in the comments too. I stress gentle, no toxic people. I struggle remembering all of the game rules, but I feel like I'm improving. Anyway, take care, and I'll catch your cool cats later! Sounds so much better than Tabaxis. Then the effect triggers, and we must see what happens to us. Jazz's hand is showing. Ah! Also, the amount of critical fails and nat 20s we rolled between episode 1 and 2. My glasses!